Okay, number 11. Number 11. Again, if we're looking at the triangle angle sum theorem, we know that two of the angles are 40 and 72 degrees. So if I add 40 plus 72 together, I get 112. If I subtract 112 from 180, see, 10 minus 2 is 8, 7 minus 1 is 6, 68 degrees. So the remaining angle then would be 68 degrees, and that's the answer for number 11. Number 12, here I'm looking at one of the angles being 90 and one of the angles being 57. So again, if I add 90 plus 57, I get 147. And then if I subtract that amount, 180 minus 147, I wind up getting 33. And that's the answer for the missing angle in number 12. Number 13, it's probably worth drawing this. Here's my triangle. There's my triangle. And we see that these two angles, right, those two lines are parallel. Okay. This angle right here is 81 degrees. And this angle right here is 41. And they want us to find the measure of angle 1 right here. Alright, well, now, if these are parallel lines, let's think about this. If we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, so imagine that line and that line are like the two horizontal lines you see in the triangle. Imagine that this is this line right here. Alright, so we have this angle, whoops, not that. We have this angle being 41 degrees. Well, guess what? This is a corresponding angle that's also going to be 41. So this angle right here is also 41 degrees. Alright? So 41, 81. So if I add 81, that's a lousy 8, MrLovellFord. Let's try that again. So if I take 81 and add 41 to it, I get 122. And if I subtract 122 from 180, 10 minus 2 is 8, 7 minus 2 is 5, 58 degrees. So this angle 1 right here then would be 58 degrees. That's number 13. 14, this is also worth drawing. Here I have a length, and then I have a perpendicular length there, and a perpendicular length here, and then not so perpendicular going from here to here. And then I have a diagonal cutting through right there. Okay. And this is a right triangle. Or a right, yeah, it is a right triangle. This is a right angle here. Oops. That's a right angle there. Okay. So if this angle right here is 51 degrees, excuse me, is 50 degrees, not 51. Let's try that again. If that's 50 degrees, then we know that this angle right here is going to be 40 degrees, because these two have to equal 90, because that's 90, and those three have to equal 180. Well, if that's 40, that means that this angle right there, then, that angle right there in red is going to be 50. And they told us that, oh, in the diagram it shows that this angle right here and this angle right here are both 50, are the same. So that means that's 50. So if this angle here and this angle here add up to 100, and the three angles, this one, and this one, have to add up to 180, so we would simply define the measure of this angle then. So measure of angle 1 is going to be 180 minus 100, which would be equal to 80 degrees. So that'd be 14. Okay?